On today's video, Kingdom 60 and Kingdom 62 do everything they can to at least inflict as much damage as possible at Kingdom 61. Hey there YouTube, welcome back to the Gekko. In the last video that we talked about the madness that's going on at the bottom right of Lost Kingdom 8, I showed you guys that Lux were slowly getting pushed back by Kingdom 61, and so were PLA or Kingdom 60. So the middle part of the right and the bottom part are getting pushed back by the bottom right corner, who are Kingdom 61. They have a lot more tier 5s, they're a bit stronger, and these alliances did not just give up. This shot right here was for both rallies that are supposed to hit both flags, but the rally on the left took a little too long, so we're gonna zoom in a bit to watch this rally right here. What we're seeing here is straight up trying to do as much damage as possible. What Lux decided is it's time to just wear out as many tier 5s out of Kingdom 61 as we can with our tier 4s. Even the whole tit for tat situation where they end up losing kind of the same amount of troops, or maybe losing a little bit more tier 4s than WK and WF and KW61 lose. That's all okay. Their plan is straight up get as many tier 5s off the battlefield as possible, and they're just at this point in recovery mode going back into, again, just putting as much damage as possible. The longer Lost Kingdom goes, and the more these guys are going to start focusing on zones 6 and then on the center, then there will be another chance potentially for Lux to start doing some damage in that zone 5. So the name of the game right now is to wear out Kingdom 61, and they're doing a really good job at it. They're sending straight up tier 4s. One small thing that I noticed, do you guys see the nice little sigil under Marlesio or Marlegio name, whatever his name is? You see that sigil right there? I didn't notice it before, but rallies now have the little sigil right next to them. That way you can know which march is a rally and which one isn't. That's a pretty cool one. But anyway, ideally they wanted to burn this flag, sure, but not burning it isn't the end of the world. Not burning it doesn't mean that they have failed. What they are primarily trying to do is get rid of as many tier 5s as possible. Top Friday in that flag and a bunch of other people on that flag. I noticed that in Kingdom 61 you usually see 2 to 3 tier 5 marches in places. Sometimes they don't have the tier 5s on, but more often than not you do see the tier 5s. You can see right here Lux even canceled the rally. There is no point to continue once too many reinforcements come in. They don't want to take losses. They don't want to take too many losses. They want to inflict as much pain as possible, and they did actually manage to burn this left flag right here, which only had 2 people, I think, defending it. So that was a little painful for that flag right there. This other flag stayed intact. All is good. This is the rally for the first flag for this flag we saw right here. There were about like what 800, 900,000. I don't think this is even that flag, you know. There are so many reports in this video that are just all over the place. I think this is a previous rally that they hit. Super and Mazio hit hard the tier 4s in the in that flag right there. 200,000 dead versus the 40,000, and we're gonna see something like this more and more. Lux getting much less kills, while this was, I think, the second flag we saw. Lux getting much less kills than the Kingdom 61 guys are, and just consistent damage. That's their plan right now. Their plan is not to take over territory and not to try to push out too much and get caught off guard. At this point, they're in recovery mode and in damage dealing mode, and listen, they are doing damage by the bucket loads. As long as they keep sending reports like this where they are consistently killing off troops, that's everything that they really want to accomplish. This is that left flag that was previously burning that got put away, and this was a big rally. This is a big rally right here. We're gonna get to enjoy Mazio's big rally right here. Having that YSG in there. YSG has been such a critical commander for the Kingdom versus Kingdom event. It's crazy. I honestly think that if you have the ability to max him out, he is one of the better ones to max out, and to the point where I feel like it's almost 100% to say that Richard should be maxed first and YSG should be maxed second, and from there on go about your ways. Like, to a certain extent, I kind of am a bit, I guess, regretting the fact that I went with the Richard and Charles path and not Richard and YSG path. But we learn with time, and those of you who still have the time to do it, think about it. Look at how YSG can be useful. As right there, you can see his a little bit of AoE damage done over and over and over, and all these marches coming to help the flag get hit by this AoE damage again and again and again, and he just inflicts massive amounts of damage for free, which is always awesome. Look at how many times the Sisong Ye is proccing. He's proccing an obnoxious amount of times, and all this is straight up damage. Even if it's only severely wounded, it's a lot of resources to heal, a lot of speed ups, and that's the name of the game right now. Wear down Kingdom 61, and they are getting the job done. I can tell you that, we're not going to go into too many details, but I can tell you that there are markers showing, well, not physical markers, but there are ways to see and things that are happening that we can notice that Kingdom 61 is being slowed down a little bit, at least the front that is against Lux and the bottom middle area. So this rally was a pretty crazy one, pretty nice one. These guys really trying to hold on for dear life, this little flag, and it went on for a little while. It went on for a little while. Sisong Ye right there is making sure to punish anyone who comes in to reinforce. Right now, nothing gets punished by the proc, but watch how many marches are on their way to this flag, and every single one of them gets caught by a Sisong Ye a little bit. There seems to be a Sisong Ye on inside that, look at that march coming to reinforce, ba-bam, 38,000 damage, just like that. I think there's a Sisong Ye on the flag as well, which is why Lux is staying out of the range of that AoE. Barely staying out of that range. What can be said? At this point, it's a game of do the damage, do your thing, and just stay alive. You can see right there, that top march right there by Lux got into the Sisong Ye area by mistake, or I don't know if they noticed it or not. He's about to get hit again by that Sisong Ye in the flag, and just absolute madness. One march managed to sneak in without getting damage, but again, Sisong Ye has been a monster on this thing. What can be said about what's the future looking like for these alliances? Well, they are not probably going to push into the level 5 passes as soon as possible. They will most likely have to figure out a strategy to potentially just slow down Kingdom 61 once they are in that zone 6. So right now, the name of the game for both Lux and we'll see PLA in a little bit is just straight up deal the damage and make sure that by the time passes 5 happen and DTS, WF61 and KW61 start marching towards zone 6 and focusing out there, these guys will be in the back ready to potentially just do enough damage to make the guys up front have to continuously come back to support the back and things like that, and just completely be a nuisance to the progress of Kingdom 61. Nothing can be done when an alliance against you is that much stronger. The fact that these guys are even willing to fight is admirable, and one of the things that I've been seeing a lot is that there is a continuous misunderstanding on whether or not someone should be fighting or not. I think that to a certain extent, fighting, when you come in as saying we got this and you just push in head to head, it usually doesn't work out well, especially if the other alliance you're going up against has bigger players. So what do you do then? You got to be able to make the right plays to ensure that you are at least doing the best to your ability, but at the same time, not destroying yourself. This is not the last Lost Kingdom. This is a very important point I want to make, and I hope some of you guys are still here watching this. This is not the last Lost Kingdom. Next Lost Kingdom is going to shuffle up the opposition. So you guys going up against UCS in Continent 1 will not go up against UCS again next time. So keep that in mind, and remember that this is not a end game event. You shouldn't go zero yourself out against an enemy that you cannot beat and then quit the game. That makes no sense. Try to enjoy Lost Kingdom as much as possible. Try to inflict as much damage as you can. Try to be sneaky, learn, make some plays, learn from your mistakes, try things, but stay safe. And remember that as soon as this Lost Kingdom ends, we're going to get a little bit of a break. There's going to be a little bit of changes in adopting. They're going to probably make changes to this event. There are a lot of feedbacks that we've been getting. And if you guys have any feedback you want me to pass to the development team, you guys find any bugs, any problems, any issues, anything, in the description down below, you will find my Discord group. You're welcome to post there, PM me on Discord by joining the group, and then you'll find me there. And then just let me know. I've been gathering up all this feedback and sending it to the devs as it comes. And I can tell you for a fact there's going to be some changes that are going to be crucial for the future of this event, as this is only the first time it happens. This is the same reason, and I'll say it again and again. This is the same reason why Continent 1 got their Lost Kingdom a couple of weeks ahead of time. It was there to have one Lost Kingdom for a little bit ahead, to test things so the rest of Lost Kingdoms can benefit out of the results learned from the first kingdom. From the first continent. First and most obvious thing we can see is the fortress, the Ruined Crusader Fortress, which at the time, UCS, who are insane, okay, they are strong as heck, they divided into 6 alliances and sent 6 rallies and couldn't get this done. It was so overpowered and crazy that they got stuck. And when it got nerfed, everybody was able to do it. So that's exactly what's happening right now. You guys shouldn't be giving up, not on the game or on Lost Kingdom in general, because of the first one and because of the first set of matchings. We're going to get more of these as the game progresses. There's going to be more Lost Kingdoms and more opportunities to get things done. What you're seeing right here is the end of this rally, as you guys may or may not have predicted. Lux are keeping and pushing strong. They're joining the rallies. They're reinforcing the rallies more and more and more. This rally has been going on for a little while now, but unfortunately this flag is just too strong. It's surrounded by people that can continuously send marches into it. It's surrounded by AoE, and at this point Lux said, this is where we call it. This is where we call it. There's no point to continue. This is the report right here. The rally was like a 9 or 10 minute, 8 to 10 minute rally. I didn't really notice that too much. 600,000 dead on one side, 590 dead on the other, 185 severely wounded though. That's gonna add up in the resource department right there. You can see how many slightly wounded on the one side versus the other. This right here shows you everything. The first march had tier 5s. So far so good. And what you're seeing is a second march right there, and there's a third one right there, and a fourth one right there, and a fifth one right there, and everything was, and I think that was the fifth one or a fourth one. I didn't really pay attention right there. And this is all that was from Lux's side. 10,000 tier 5s. That's it. All the rest tier 4s. So all the damage, all the kills on the tier 5 side of WF61 was massive wins. A lot of slightly wounded troops right there, some of them being tier 5s as well. Massive resource costs, and Lux doing exactly what Lux is out to do. And you can see it again and again with reports like this one. 50,000 against 200 and something thousand dead. Tier 4s versus tier 4s versus tier 4s. You have Pickle, like, look, tier 5s on the one side holding that flag right there. It's just sorry, on the offensive you had one set of tier 5s. On the defense you had only tier 4s. Lots of deads right there. Again, same thing right here. 20,000 versus 120,000. Being super smart about it consistently and making sure the kills are coming in their favor. In this rally, I believe it was straight tier 4s against tier 4s. Just more people on the one side than the other. Caused more deaths and more destruction and more carnage, as of course the commanders are a little bit stronger too. More reports for you guys to see. Kind of this has been the name of the game right now for Lux, and they've been doing an amazing job at really taking a stab at Kingdom 61. Kingdom 61 has a lot to be said about, and we're gonna talk about them in a future video because they do deserve the credit for being able to take out 2 different kingdoms by sending 2 alliances to one kingdom and 1 alliance to the other. There's plenty of good things to say about them as well, but just wanted to show you guys the side that is taking the harder hit for now, and show you how these guys have not given up. This is the end of the big attacks DTS were sending on PLA. PLA knew that what they need to do is to get as many flags in the way of DTS to anywhere they want to get. So they have flags locking in 2 of the passes right there. You can see 1 pass right there, and I think the other flags have something being blocking right up there as well. Just they are being a nuisance to DTS, and you can see DTS are super smart. They have marches all across this area to not let any PLA member port close to the flag and defend it, and they are burning these flags as much as they can to ensure that they have easy access to that level 5 pass. There are plenty of flags here, which is where PLA's Wickerman, their big leader right here. Look at this guy, 307 million kills. Big player, strong player, doing so much damage. He too mentioned to me that now the name of the game is just tire out as much as we can DTS, do as much damage as we can, knowing that they cannot hold against this at this point in time. The flags are burning, everything is coming down, but this still hasn't stopped them from doing whatever they can to at least inflict as much damage as possible and be a nuisance to DTS. You have one PLA player right there pretty close to the flag, but it doesn't seem like he was too much too into the fight at that point. I didn't really notice if he had marches that came out to the flag or not. 21 million player. If that flag goes down, that guy gets zeroed. So hopefully he managed to get out of there before the flag got burned and went away. DTS have a substantial amount of tier 5s, have a substantial amount of backing, and they are smart. Look at this. Look at how many big marches. Tier 5 marches too are just standing on the battlefield, not letting any ports happen, so this flag goes down for sure. And again, PLA holding for dear life. These rallies are coming out again and again and again and again and again on these flags, and there is no way to hold really against all this, but they're doing everything they can to at least put up a fight and inflict the damage. That's the name, that's the thing that keep repeating again and again. Other than that, there isn't much to it, you know. There is Yisong Ye's on here as well. We are seeing a Richard leading the defense hold on the flag. That way there is some heals happening there, which again helps out to hold longer. The rally is being very successful at burning this flag, but then again, the flag is not getting any reinforcements whatsoever, while I'm assuming that the rally is and will be getting, well, could be getting more reinforcements if it wanted to. So there's nothing too much to it. You guys can probably predict what's going to happen here, as there is very little red left on the flag, while the rally is looking yellow and strong with a Julius Caesar leading the way. One of the things that I really give props to DTS for are all these marches, making sure nobody ports in. If you guys want to have a strategy like this, you have to understand that before launching a rally, or even before you scout the target, the first thing you have to do is quietly march your troops around your target. If you're marching on the battlefield, if you don't send them to the flag, you don't turn on the red border to the enemy, then you can really sneak your troops right around your target before the enemy even notices, and then start scouting, attacking, rallying, whatever not. And by the time they wake up and they're like, oh my god, what's going on here? Bam, all the battlefield is full of marches. And that's what DTS did. I literally watched DTS making their way, planning it out, setting up, and then only then, bam, all the scouts come out, bam, the rally comes out, and there was nothing PLA could do about that. This is another rally holding strong. Again, you're seeing that this rally is pretty much chunking the life out of everything that is in that flag, and it is getting reinforced. You can see right there another march joining the rally and making the rally stronger and stronger. Nothing you can do about it. But again, Wickerman and PLA just straight up getting the kills, getting the damage, costing DTS a lot, not making it easy on DTS. And as this flag slowly dies, we're going to see a few reports by PLA, things that they did. They did some really crazy stuff. And from there on, We have a couple of videos coming up that are about events happening in the Lost Kingdom, a couple of lessons learned, a little bit getting off of Lost Kingdom for a little bit while things are prepping up in Lost Kingdom 8. We're going to talk about a bunch of other things that are very important in the next few videos, so you really want to make sure you are subscribed to the channel, and of course smash the like button if you like this video and this kind of content. Finally, I wanted to show you guys Top Friday really quickly, also 111 million power. This is one of those flag rallies right there. Look at how many DTS people came in when PLA attacked their flag. Look at this. PLA just doing the damage they got to do. We see one tier 5 march in DTS's side, 2, 3, well, 100,000 tier 5s on the third one. 3 tier 5 marches right there versus Wickerman's full march right there. And I think that's about that. So lots of damage being inflicted regardless. A lot of AoE damage. Look at how many severely wounded troops from the AoE damage from that Yi Seong-Gye expertise. It is unbelievable how much that Yi Seong-Gye from Wickerman did by just hitting the rally. It hits with the rally, it hits the flag, it shoots the arrows, and look at all the people that got hurt along the way. Those are awesome kills for him. Those are awesome things that he is accomplishing by causing damage, right? Again, another attack, this time DTS attacking a PLA flag and taking huge losses too. We see a few tier 5 marches in here on the whatchamacallit, DTS side versus PLA, who had a few tier 5s. I think in total they had one full march in here. They had 2 different marches with a little bit of tier 5s in them. So good damage, good kills, and of course a lot of deads. There's actually 50,000 deads right there, but probably a full that's probably a full hospital that someone didn't notice. That's kind of a shame. That's all the AoE damage done by Yi Seong-Gye of Wickerman. How crazy is that? So congratulations to both PLA and Lux for at least fighting strong, staying strong, holding, and knowing this is where we got to stop. This is what we got to do. This is the damage we're inflicting. This is where we stop. But at the same time, we're going to give it hell, and we're going to make sure that by the time DTS move on to their next target, they're much weaker and potentially even struggling a little bit, as you see lots of tier 5s being hurt and damaged, while Wickerman is really the only one in here with the tier 5s on the PLA side. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below about PLA and Lux. Give them a thumbs up, you know, send them a nice GG in the chat for at least being good sports. I'm the Gekko. I'm out of here. Thank you guys very much for watching this video. Again, if Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff in the description down below. Come join us on Discord. I really appreciate all your support and awesomeness. I really am seeing the love from all of you. The views going up, the comments going up, all of you showing up to the streams. Thank you very much. I'll see you guys sooner rather than later. Check out Wickerman slowly making his way into a flag and then going around trying to get as close as he can to a flag to continue to harass DTS. Look at how many DTS marches are right there, and he does not care. I'll see you guys sooner rather than later. Take care. Have a good one. Enjoy the rest of your day. I hope you have an amazing weekend. Take care. Peace.